Good evening, everyone. Every day, Sanjeev, can you please, who is joining through iPhone, please? Yeah. Every day, you people will get recordings, and whatever the programs and whatever the notes I'm teaching every day, I will be uploading on Google Classroom. Okay. Every day, you will get updates. So, with your permission, let me share my screen and start the session, please. Yeah, from today onwards, we are entering into the subject. The demo session is completed. Yeah. Welcome to VCube Software Solutions for the course of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science program. Now, today I will be starting what is Python, what are the various features of Python. Then we'll get into the syllabus. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Now, first of all, let me discuss about what is a program. Okay, because my subject itself is called as using Python. I need to discuss about what is programming. Few minutes. The basic purpose of meaning is we are instructing the computer what to do. Whatever we say, the computer will do. This is the basic program. Okay. Now, whenever you want to know what is a program, the definition of program is a sequence of instructions. Okay. The basic introduction to program is sequence of instructions. Every line is called as LOC, stands for line of code. Okay. Now, this sequence of instructions, we are writing either with the C language or Java or with Python. Okay. Now, once I'm repeating, sequence of instructions written in a computer programming language such as C, Java, or Python. Now, whenever I write some set of statements, these set of statements will perform a task on a computer and which will be producing some sort of output. Okay, once again, I'm repeating. Program is a sequence of instructions written using any computer programming language, either by using C or C++ or Java or Python. Now, every program will perform a specific task and which also produces some sort of output. Okay, for all of you? Now, every program consisting of two things. First one is a syntax and second one is a semantics. Syntax means grammar. Syntax is also called as grammar. Means rules and regulations, how I'm writing these instructions. Okay. C language has some set of rules. Java has some set of rules. Python has some set of rules. It is called as syntax, also called as grammar. Now, once if I write a program using a specific syntax, now I will get one implementation that is called as logic. Logic means meaning. Okay. Means whenever I will write some set of statements, I will be implementing some sort of logic. That itself is called as semantics, is also called as meaning. Okay. Now, generally, if you want to become a data scientist or AI engineer or as a software programmer, first of all, you must have two kinds of things. The first one is called as a problem solving knowledge. Every student must have the basic knowledge of problem solving. Okay. Now you should ask one question, sir, how can we get problem solving knowledge? So what I will do in my classes is, now while discussing about every topic, I will be discussing so many exercises. Okay. I will be discussing so many exercises. Now, plus I will be also discussing HackerRank problem solving examples. HackerRank problem solving examples. Clear for all of you? Now, what is the meaning of problem solving? First of all, the first step is ability to formulate a problem. Okay. Now, in our 4 months data science course, we will be taking problem statements from Kaggle and KD Nuggets and UCI machine learning repositories. All these things are related to machine learning, data science, and artificial intelligence. Okay. Here we will be having hundreds of problems. So What, as a programmer, what I will do? Ability to formulate a problem, how to solve the problem. Then, first of all, I will try to read the problem, and I will download the data set. Then I will think creatively how to solve the problem. So I can say one point, every problem will have n kinds of solutions. Okay, always we have to write optimized solution for the employer. That's it. The primary motto of software engineer or machine learning engineer or data scientist is to implement the problems which is given by employer in an optimized way. Now we must express the solutions in a clearly and accurately. Okay, that's what every student who is joining in this course must know how to solve the problem. Okay, now some people are asking me, sir, how to do that? Do practice problem every day. Do practice problems every day. Whatever the problems I'm discussing in the classes, on that day you have to complete it. Okay. I will be taking 1.5 hour class, and the next 2 hours you have to be sit in the classroom before the class, after the class. You have to complete the experiments, then you have to leave. Another thing is, sometimes if you don't know how to solve it, you should go for YouTube or Google or observe how others are solving. In that way also we can learn. Is it okay for all of you? There is no shortcut to get a job. Okay. Another second point every student must know is called as a debugging technique. You people will write so many problems, so many statements. Now, whenever you compile or whenever you interpret your program, you may get some sort of errors. Okay. No one is perfect. First instance, we may not get right a program. So what is the meaning of error? Programming errors are called as bugs. As a programmer, what we should do? The process of track the errors and the process of correcting them. This is called as debugging. Okay. Every student must know how to track the errors and how to correct the errors. This process is called as debugging. Okay. What I will instruct all my students is, if you have these two capabilities, problem solving approach, debugging approach, there is one job is there with your name. Okay, you will be selected within campus placements. That's it. Okay, now in order to do problem solving, what we will do in this institute, we will solve HackerRank examples and CodeChef examples only for core Python. If you are good enough in core Python, you can do any programs in machine learning. Machine learning will be cakewalk for you. Okay, so in order to make you knowledgeable in problem solving, what we will do in the VQ is, we will take some HackerRank examples and we will take few CodeChef examples. We'll make you to practice every day. Okay. Now, generally, computer programming languages are classified into machine level languages, assembly level languages, and high level languages. But I don't discuss in detail, but machines understands only zeros and ones. Computer understands only two things, zeros and one. Those kinds of languages are called as high level languages. Nowadays, whatever the languages which we are writing using C, C++, and Java, Python, all these languages are called as machine high level languages. Okay. Now, all C, C++, and Java, whatever programming we are writing, these languages are called as high level languages. In high level languages, whatever the code we are writing, if I want to add two numbers, C equal to A plus B, it is much easier to write. But if I want to write in machine level language, you have to write only zeros and ones. No one can understand. Is it okay? So now we are writing the programming in high level languages, but computer understands only zeros and one. So what we have to do, we need to use compilers or interpreters. Okay. Now, for example, if I write a program in C language, every C language will be having an extension called .c. Now, whenever you compile the program, you will be getting .executable file. .executable file. So this is called as a machine dependent. What is the meaning of machine dependent? If I write a program on Windows, I have to execute my program only on Windows. If I write a program on Linux, I have to execute my program only on Linux. Okay, I cannot port from one platform to another platform or one operating system to another operating system. Is it okay? But For example, if you write Java, every Java program has an extension called .java. Java is both compiled as well as interpreted. Now, whenever you compile the .java program, you are going to get a .class file. You are not getting executable file directly. So I can transform this .class file from Windows to Linux or Linux to Mac. Okay. Now, by using this .class file, I will do interpretation. Then I'll get executable file. So Java is both compiled as well as interpreted. As a beginner, somebody is asking, sir, what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? In the compiler, what will do? Total program will be converted from .c or .java to executable file. This is called as compiler. Total program will be executed once. But in the interpreter, it will be executing step by step. Okay, line by line will be executed by the interpreter. Now, our Python programming is an interpreted language. Okay. Will you respond to me? Yeah. Now, I will discuss in detail this technique in the next class. Yeah. Now, I will be, just now I had discussed about what is a language. I will be calling Python is a programming language. Somebody are also asking me, sir, somebody is saying that Python is also a scripting language. Yes, Python has both the features, programming language features as well as scripting language features like HTML, JavaScript, and so on. Now, what is the meaning of script here? Scripts are used for short development cycles. Okay, what is the meaning of short development cycle? If I want to implement a large project, it may take months and years. But using Python, we can write a program with a shorter way, more shorter way, simpler way, and can be written very quickly. So Python is called as not only programming language, but also scripting language. If anyone asks you, what are the features of Python? You can say that Python is a programming language as well as scripting language. Is it okay? Now, these three are the features of a script. Okay, now? Now somebody, we need to know why the name called Python came into existence. There was a story behind it. Okay. The person who invented Python language is called as Guido van Rossum. Okay, he implemented the language. Now, he wants to have a short name, unique name, and slightly mysterious name for his programming language in 1992 itself. At the same time, he watched this BBC comedy series called Monty Python Flying Circus. Now, he wants to have a short and unique name, so he has taken Python from his BBC comedy series, which is hid in 1970s. This is the reason why we have the name called Python in the existence. Okay. Now, first of all, we must thank the person who invented the Python programming language called Guido van Rossum. Is it okay? Clear? First of all, we must thank the person who invented this language, Guido van Rossum. Because of his, we are here. Okay, now? Can I go forward? Now, next 10 minutes, I will be discussing what are the basic features of Python. Okay. First of all, Python is very simple and easy to learn. Most of the universities and colleges, since 25-30 years, we are teaching C as a beginner's language. Now, the era is changing. Instead of teaching C, now we are teaching Python in the first semester itself, not only in India, in all Western countries and Europe countries also. Okay. Now, learning Python is very simple. It is like simple English. How I'm speaking simple English. Is it understandable to you? Yes. Like that, you will write a program in simple English. Okay. Python can be learned not only from CSE people, it can learn by anyone. Okay. Non-CSE, non-circuit branch people also can learn. So I can easily say that learning Python is very simple and easy to learn. Okay. Now, second feature is Python is called as a general purpose programming language. What is the meaning of general purpose? See here, by using Python, I can write any software. Yes. We can develop any software using Python. We can write data science applications. We can write machine learning applications. We can write any kind of IoT and embedded based applications also. Since 30 years, the people are using C language for IoT and embedded systems. Okay. Nowadays, the entire era has been changed. Now, people are using IoT for embedded systems also, including data science and machine learning application. Now, Python will be used for data analysis. Okay. Python can be used for web application development. Have you heard about HTML, GHTML, PHP, and in Java? Whenever you know Java, Servlet, JSP, Struts, all the frameworks we can now. Python can also be used for web application framework by using Django, Flask, Streamlit. Okay. Now, what not? Python can be used nowadays for automation purpose. Python can also be used for testing purpose. What not? You take any area, Python can be used to develop them. Okay. Now, Python can also be used as a high-level programming language such as C, C++, and Java. Is it okay for all of you? Now, another very important point is Python is portable. So, Python is a interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. Interpreted language. Now, I can port my program from Windows to Linux, from Linux to Mac. Okay. So, can I call Python is a portable language? Yes, portability. If I write my Python program on Windows, my program I can shift to Linux. From Linux, I can shift to Mac. So, I will call my Python program is a portable language. Okay. Now, next 2 to 3 minutes, I will be discussing about very, very important topic called object-oriented. Now, let me discuss what is an object. Okay. Everything in the universe is an object. Everything in the universe is an object. Okay. Anything, including myself, yourself, this pen, table, everything is an object. Okay. Now, every object possesses 3 characteristics. First one is identity. Second one is state. Third one is behavior. Okay. Identity is nothing but the name of the object. State can be represented with attributes of the object. You can also call them as properties. Okay. And behavior can be represented with methods. Some people also call it as functions. Okay. Okay. For example, if I take Rama is an object. Height of Rama, weight of Rama, color of Rama, such kind of things are called as properties. And what are the behaviors of Rama? Rama is a good boy. Good is a behavior. And if he is doing software engineering, okay, analyzing the data, modeling the data, testing the data, all these are called as behaviors. Now, I am calling Python is an object-oriented language. It is satisfying all the principles of object-oriented programming, such as abstraction, encapsulation. I will discuss all these points and don't worry. Inheritance and polymorphism. Okay. Now, these 4 are called as principles of object-oriented language. Python satisfy all these principles. So, Python is a pure object-oriented language. Okay, na? Yeah. Now, the next point is Python is an interpreted language. Now, C and C++ are called as compiled languages, whereas Java is both compiled as well as interpreted language. But Python is a interpreted language. Okay. Now, another very, very important characteristics I want to discuss is called as Python supports hundreds of standard libraries. Hundreds of standard libraries. So, how many of you know about IKEA? Hyderabad, IKEA is there, na? Now, if I want to buy an item, so simply I will get the parts and I will attach myself without any help. So just drag and drop. Okay. plug and play that. Now, all Python libraries, whatever the job you wanted to do, you kindly select the library, use it. Your job is done. No need to do from scratch. Python supports hundreds of standard libraries and frameworks. Using those frameworks, we can do our job very easily. Now I'll discuss NumPy. NumPy is a library used for performing mathematical operations. Pandas is a library used for data analysis. Okay, and Flask is a framework which is used for web application framework. Like that, now if I want to perform machine learning application, I will use scikit-learn, sklearn. If I want to implement deep learning, I will use TensorFlow. Like that, for doing any task, there are hundreds of libraries are there. With a small amount of code, you can do bigger jobs. Okay, that is the beauty of Python. So most of the people are liking because with less code, we can implement bigger tasks. Okay, nowadays people are liking for that purpose only. Okay, now yeah. Now, another very, very important point is Python also supports graphical user interface. For example, if you know Java, you will be having AWT, Swings, and applets. Using them, you can create graphical user interface application. Now, Python also supports beautiful graphical user interface applications. Okay, like CLTK and PyQt. There are 8 to 10 libraries are there only for GUI programming. Okay. Now, another very, very important point is Python supports all databases. Using my Python program, we can be connected to Oracle database, SQL Server database. You can connect it to MySQL database. What not? You tell me any database. Using my Python program, we will be connecting to any database. Is it okay for all of you? Then. Okay. Now we have in detail discussion for databases. Don't worry about it. Just today I will be introducing. Now, another very, very important topic is called as a dynamically typed language. For example, if you take C language, what is the structure to create a variable? Integer. Maybe variable name A equal to 100. Okay, na? Now, in C language, you should also provide storage location. It is an optional. Okay. Storage location may be memory, maybe registers, maybe cache memory. Now, integer is called as data type. You have to specify the data type in C, C++, Java. But in Python, no need to specify the storage location, no need to specify the data type. Simply, you assign a value. 100 is an integer value. 100 is an integer value, which we are assigning to the variable called as A. Here, A is called as variable, also called as memory location. Is it okay for all of you? No need to specify the data type, no need to specify the storage location. Simply assign a value to a variable. Okay. Now, shall I explain what it will happen internally? Now, whenever we assign a value A equal to 100, internally something will happen. So, A is called as variable. Every variable will be stored in some memory location, na? Memory location. Every memory location, like ourselves, we have our, every house has a house number, na? Yes. Like that, every memory location will be having a unique ID. Unique 15-digit ID. Yes. Every memory location can be identified uniquely using ID. Now, whenever I create like this, what will happen? It is going to create a int object. Is it okay? Now, who is creating this object? This will be done by itself automatically. As a programmer, I don't do all these jobs. Okay, for all of you? Now, so I will be calling Python is a dynamically typed language. Okay. Now, for example, if I want to store fractional data, 1000.50, generally in computer science will call it as float variable. Okay. In that case, it will create PyFloat object. Is it okay for all of you only? Yeah. Now, Next point is open source. Now, I will be discussing 2 points and everyone listen carefully. Very, very important point. Generally, softwares are classified into proprietary. Another one is free and open source software. Free and open source. Proprietary in the sense, let us take an example of Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft Windows and Microsoft Office. Now, if I want to use these two softwares, what I have to do? I need to buy. Yes, we need to buy some licenses. For example, if I take 2 licenses, these 2 licenses will work only for 2 compute. That's it. I cannot transfer, I cannot share to my friends. Okay. Here, it has a copyright called copyright protection. Okay. That means if you do any violence, you will be under the jail. Okay. Now, there are other softwares are coming up nowadays, free and open source software. Okay. Now, no need to pay not even single rupee. No need to pay anything. They are free and open source. We can download and we can use them. They have a production called copyleft. Have you heard this term? Never. All proprietary softwares has copyright protected and all free and open source software has a protection called copyleft. Now, I can share my software. I can update my software with my friends. I will be no jail. Okay. For example, what are the software? Ubuntu. Okay. And apart from MS Office, we have LibreOffice. It is free and LibreOffice. Some people also call it as Open Office. These are free. You can use, you can distribute to your friends. So Python is a free and open source software. Okay. Now, with your permission, can I continue? Yeah. See here, last point. Now, if I want to implement any task, example, let us take this as a task. Now, if I write the same program in C language, if it is taking 100 lines of code, just assume. For example, if you write same program in Java, we can write in 60 lines of code. Same program in Python, we can write just in 30 lines of code. So, what I can say, by using Python, productivity will be increased with reduced development time. Okay, with reduced development time, I can increase my productivity. So I can proudly say that using Python program, my logic will be reduced to 2x to 10x times. This is true and I'm not saying any abnormal things. Using Python, my code will be reduced to minimum 2 times to 10 times comparing with the C and Java. So can I say that using Python, our productivity will be increased and with reduced development time. Okay, these are the basic features of Python. Okay. Now I will be also discussing why the demand for Python. What are the reasons? This is a paper cutting, not done by me. Okay. Using Python, we can write data science applications. Using Python, we can write machine learning applications. Using Python, we can write IoT and embedded kind of applications also. Okay, you can talk to any hardware directly using Python. Earlier, we used to have embedded C. Now, using Python, we can write web application development. Using Python, we can use automation scripts. Because Python is free and open source software, we have hundreds of libraries and frameworks. Using those frameworks, so we can do our job very easily. And because it is a free and open source software, we have huge community. Okay, most of the people will help us. Now, it will be used for multi-purpose. Nowadays, most important concept for the students is simplicity. Writing program in Python is very simple. Nowadays, you people are joining this course, are getting high salaries and huge job growth in the market. What not? Okay, whatever the students needs, everything is available for Python. Okay, yeah. Now, with your permission, I will wait for 2 minutes. If you have any questions till now, I will be happy to respond, Andy. Any questions, please? For online people, Aarti, Nikhil, Sanjeev, Surya, Teja, SVJ. Please kindly talk to me if you have any question. Okay, and stop me at any moment, Andy, please. Online people, because offline people are there before me, they can ask any number of questions. But online people, you have to ask questions. Kindly respond to me. Any questions? Yeah, I will be continuing. So let us start Python. You have any question? Yeah, let me continue with the Python. Okay, Nandi? Now, for example, whenever you are writing programming in C, C++, and Java, after writing every statement, you have to end with semicolon. Okay, na? Okay, na? Now, no need to write any semicolons in Python. Use white spaces to delimit blocks. In C, C++, Java, C#, after writing every statement, you should end with semicolon. But it is not in Python. No need to use any semicolon. Okay, now. Second point is variables do not need declaration. Just now I told, no need to give data types such as integer, float, and so on. No need to provide the data types. Okay. Python uses indentation. I'll speak for 1 minute, and this is very, very important. For example, if you take C, C++, and Java, every program will start with main function. Programming will start at main function. Programming will at main function. Here, this is the place where the program execution will start. Here, the place where the program execution ends. Now, in between, I can write any number of statements. This is called as block. Okay. The block will start with open curly brace and closed curly brace in C, C++, Java, and C#. But in Python, no need to use this kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Now, I will be showing what is in the Python is an indentation language. Indentation language. What is the meaning of indent? See here. Here I have declared a function. This is a space. This is called as indent. All these statements are part of this block. And this is another indentation. These two statements are part of this block. No need to write open and closed brackets. Okay. Whatever the statements are part of the block, I will use all the statements as an indent statement. So Python is an indentation language. To provide indentation, we will use one tab space or 4 spaces in Python. It is better to use tabs only. Okay. Spaces means sometimes you may forget. Okay, you will get some errors. Another point is Python is a sensitive language. Means upper cases are different and lower cases are different. And Python is available in 2 versions. In 2009, I started Python for my PhD work. At the time, we used 2.5 version. Right now, current version of Python is 3.13. This version no one is using. Okay. Now, another point is all Python programs must have an extension called, all Python programs will be having an extension called .py. Okay. Same Python program, if you using a tool called Jupyter Notebooks, where we will be storing the file name as .ipynb. Okay. Clear for all of you? Okay, Nandi? Yeah. Now, whatever the programming language you are learning, first of all, you should learn how to print the documents on the screen. That we have a first function called print function. In C language, you will be having printf. In C, you have cout. In Java, you have system.out.println. Whereas in Python, simply print function. Print function is used to print anything onto the screen. Now, print function can also be used to write something onto the file. Okay. Now, print is a function which prints something onto the standard output device. That is called a screen. Now, I can also write some data onto the file, like notepad files. Okay. Now, print function does not return anything. In Python, if any function does not return anything, we will call it as none. None is a data type. We will be discussing tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, na? Now, see here. Now, I will be introducing what is a string in Python. Generally, string is a group of characters. Group of characters. Okay. Now, string can be enclosed either in the single quotation or you can use double quotation. Both are possible in Python. Either you can use single quotations, okay, Nama, or you can use double quotations. See here, I be printing something into hello world in single quotations. Okay. Now, this hello world will be printing on the screen. Now, I will be also using double quotations. Okay. A string is a group of characters enclosed in either single quotations or double quotation. Both are valid in Python. Whereas in C, C++, and Java, to create a single character, there is a data type called as char. In Python, a single character or group of characters is called as string. Either you can write a single character or group of characters. Group of characters is called as string. Okay, Nandi? Now, I am assigning a value hello world to the variable string. I will be printing the variable. Is it okay? Now, print is a function which is used to print anything onto the screen. Okay, for all of you? Okay, na? Now, another very, very important function everyone should know how to read data from source. What is our source? Basically, keyboard. Now, if I want to read anything from the screen, we have a function called input function. Input is a function which has an optional argument. All arguments for the functions will be given in the parentheses. Okay. Input is a function which takes data from the user and which will be returned to it. Input function also has an optional argument called string as an argument. Okay. Now, whenever we write a string argument here, enter your name. That will be displayed like a label to us. And input function will create a rectangular box in Jupyter notebooks. But in normal Python, it will not show you this rectangular box. Okay. Whenever it shows you a rectangular box, something you type on the screen. This is called as whatever we are sending data to the input function, it is a string. And whatever the input function is returning, throwing, it is also a string. Okay. Now, whatever the data I'm storing, Rama, that will be stored in a variable called as name. Is it okay for all of you? Is it okay for all of you? Now, sir, some students are asking me one more question. Sir, if I don't give the string, what will happen? So yes, it is optional. Now, it will not show you this label to you. Okay. Clear for all of you? Now, with your permission, can I discuss about distributions which are used for Python? Now, if I want to work with Python, basically we will use python.org. This is a basic Python. Now, instead of using this, if I'm using only core Python, I will use this Python library. But I wanted to write beautiful applications. For writing applications, I don't want to use this Python tool. I will be using a tool called IDE. What is the meaning of IDE? Stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay. IDE stands for Integrated Development. Now, the meaning of IDE is I can write a program, I can execute the program, I can write the documentation, I can get the help. Everything will be done on a single screen. It is called as IDE. Okay. Everything will be done on a single screen. No need to change the screen also. Now, whenever you install Anaconda software, so many tools are coming up like Jupyter Notebook. Then Spider tool. Then since few days, we are also getting Jupyter Lab. Okay. Now, some people are working in the industry, they will be using VS Code, also called as Visual Studio Code. Now, I will discuss this Visual Studio Code when we do projects. But whenever I'm teaching the course, I will be using Anaconda. Okay. Some students are using another tool called PyCharm. PyCharm is another tool. It is also a good tool for learning. Some industry people, they are using another server called and Canopy server. Like this, we have 50 plus distributions are available to work with Python. Is it okay? Now one kind of tool from Anaconda is called a Jupyter Notebook. See here what we will do. We can write the program, we can run the program, we can debug the programs, and we can do documentation on a single screen. Notebooks are part of open source library from Jupyter. It is free and open source. It's free. So we can download freely, we can use it freely. Okay. Now Jupyter Lab is a web-based interface that allows the user to use Jupyter Notebook, write, run, debugging, and them. Jupyter Lab provides online environment that allows to write the code on the cloud. We can write the code on the cloud with free of cost. Okay. If you want to download Anaconda, we can use this code, www.anaconda.com. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss about it. Today just I'm introducing. Okay. Apart from Jupyter Notebook, we have Spider tool, Jupyter Lab, and most of the people also preferring one more very, very important tool called Google Collaboratory. Most of the people like this. Okay. Why? Because Colab is a web-based platform that allows us to write program, run the program quickly on our Google Drive. Okay. Now it is free and ready to use without doing any configuration. All softwares are pre-installed. Okay. Then, with your permission, shall I start to discuss about what is print function and input function on Jupyter Notebook? Yes. Later we'll start the code. Now, everyone please look at here. Now, how to install software, tomorrow I will discuss. Now, today I will discuss about how to use Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. Tomorrow I'll show you how to install the softwares. Is it okay? Now, whenever you want to use Jupyter Notebook on the, just a minute, please. In the next class, I'll show you. But today we'll discuss about how to use it. Okay? Yeah. Now, whenever you use Jupyter Notebook, you will be having the screen like this, Jupyter Lab, and always we will be sending after the class, we will be sending the programs in this way. Jupyter Lab files I will show. Okay, see here. This is the screen which you are going to get. Okay, here you people are finding rectangular boxes. Every rectangular box is called as a cell, where you can write one statement or you can write multiple statements. Is it okay for all of you? Now, let me start one by one. Yeah, see here. Yeah. Now, print is a function which is used to print anything onto the screen. Now, I told you that string can be created with single quotations. See here. Now, simply run on this tab, or you can press Alt Enter. Okay. Then, string can also be created with using double quotations. See here. Yes. Now, here what I'm doing, I'm storing a value hello world in the variable called as str, printing of the variable of str. Is it okay? Okay. Now, this logic I will discuss in the next classes. Clear for all of you? After printing my string, if I want to go to next line, \n, like C language, C++, and Java, my cursor will go to the next line. Are you finding some space here? Yes. Then, next one is input function. See here. Yeah. Input is a function. See here, input is a function. Here we have an optional argument called string. Enter your name. Now, this enter your name will be looking like a label for you. Whenever you run the screen, what is happening? Whatever the string you have given in the single quotations or double quotation, that will be showing as a label to you. Now, along with that, it will also show you a rectangular box. In the rectangular box, we should save only string data, Rama. Whatever the data I'm entering, then whenever I press enter symbol, what is happening? That Rama will be stored in a variable called as name, and I'm printing here. Clear for all of you? Now, input is a function which is used to read the data from a screen. Now, see here, I will be doing same code in a different way. Here. Now, input function also has an optional, I can also remove the string. Whenever I remove the string, what will happen? We don't have this kind of label. Directly, you are going to get rectangular box. Here, I will get Rama. That will be stored here. Is it okay? But always try to use a string. But Whenever you are writing HackerRank example, codes of examples, they don't allow you to give the strings. Okay. For that purpose, I'm teaching. Okay, for all of you? Yeah. Now, I will be discussing two. Please note down some important points. For every topic, I'll give you the notes along with that. Okay, please note down. Print function is used to print anything on the screen. Anything on the screen or another file. Okay. Now, second one, input function is used to read data from the source. Source means keyboard. Okay. Input function is used to read data from the source. Source means keyboard. Now, first point is input is a string. What is the meaning of input as a string? Here, whatever the data we are, input function always takes string as input. Okay. Output is also a string. Now, input function also returning a string. Okay. Now, another point is input function contains optional string argument as input. What is the meaning of that ending? Can anyone tell me? Here, if I don't send any string, this is optional. Okay, it is not mandatory. Okay. Now, yes, print function does not return anything. Print function does not return. So it returns none only. Is it okay for all of you? Now, with your permission, please take third function. Type is a function type. Type function which returns the data type of a variable. It returns the data type of a variable. Now, fourth function, ID function. ID function returns unique 15-digit ID, of a memory location. Okay. Now, I will be demonstrating type function, ID function right now in 2 minutes. Okay. Everyone completed? Everyone completed? Yeah. Completed, Amma? Yeah. See here. Now, here I will be asking type of name. Here, name is called as variable. I am asking what is the data type of variable. Okay. Now the data type of this name is string. And ID of name, it is going to return unique ID. See here, let me run this. ID of type of name. The data type of this Rama is string. And the ID of name is 219 and so on. So every memory location will be identified with a unique ID. Is it okay for all of you? Can I continue? Only 15 days. Yes. Sometimes 12 and 13 also. It depends upon the processor, depends upon the computer. Okay. Here, calculate them 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Sometimes it will be 12, 13, 15 also. It is not a fixed 15 digit. Sometimes it will be 12 digit, 13 digit, 15 digit. Okay. Not more than 15. 12 to 15. Okay. Now, with your permission, shall I discuss about the first topic of today? Now, The first topic of today is identifiers. Okay. Now, what are identifiers? I have my name and you have your name. Na? So every memory location will be identified with a name. They are called as identifiers. Identifiers are the names used to identify the objects, such as a variable, module, class, and function. Now, while writing identifiers, you should follow some rules. The first character of the identifier must be uppercase or lowercase or underscore. You cannot start with digit 0 to 9. You cannot use it. The first character must be uppercase, lowercase, underscore. It cannot start with digit. Then the second rule is you can use any long sequence of characters. Basically, we'll use 8 characters, but here in Python, you can use any long sequence of characters. Third one is you cannot use special characters. What are special characters? Yes, like whatever the special character you have on the number keyboard of your computer, like exclamatory mark, @ hash, dollar, all these called as special characters. You can't use them. Fourth point is you cannot use keywords as identifiers. I told you, na, every language will come with some keywords. You can't use them. Fifth one is Python is case sensitive. Upper cases will be treated differently. Lower cases will be treated differently. Can you please answer me? What are valid and invalid? Can you please tell me? Yes, it is valid because the first character is up. Yes, this is valid. This is valid. Yes, 100 is invalid because of number. Which one? Not valid. Plus, you cannot use special characters. Or keywords also cannot be used. Okay. Now, I told you na in my first class, every topic I will be attaching with a study. So, if I want to check whether the identifier is valid or not, there is a function called isIdentifier. IsIdentifier is a function in Python. It is going to return Boolean. Boolean means either true or false. Shall I show you? Yes, see here. Keywords. I will tell you. Next few minutes we'll get the keywords. See here. Yeah, see here. Now underscore. Yes, it is identifier, so it returns true. All valid are represented as true. And 99 is not a valid identifier, so it is going to return false. Okay, na? Yes, is keyword is an inbuilt function. Okay, na? Now, somebody is asking, sir, what is a keyword? This is the next topic. See here. Here, what is a keyword? Now, whenever we install Python 3.13, it will come up with some sort of keywords. Every keywords are having special meanings and special purpose. You cannot use them for your purpose. Okay, you will never use them for your purpose. Okay. Now, I will be discussing some code here to discuss about keywords. Every topic will be attached with the code only. Don't worry about it. See here. Now, if I want to use a keyword in my program, in C language, you are going to use #include. In Java, you are using import. Like that, this is a library. I will be using a keyword called import. Then, if I want to print all the keywords, there is an attribute called KW list. See here, these are the keywords. Now, check whether it is a keyword or not. There is a function called isKeyword. I'm asking while is it a keyword or not? If it is a keyword, it returns true. Now, I will be removing one character. Now it will return false. Is it okay? If you want to check whether a word is keyword or not, we have a library in Python called as a keyword. To print the keywords, there is an attribute called KW list. To check whether it valid keyword or not, there is a function called isKeyword, which always returns Boolean, true or false. Okay. Today we will stop here. We will go very slow. We will be going very slowly. Okay, na? Now. Yeah, online people, now can you respond? If you have any questions, sir, please ask me. I will be happy to respond to you. Online people, if you have any questions, please ask me. Nikhil, Tejasri, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. So because first 2 classes, I'll go very 1 hour, 1 hour. Slowly we'll go for 1.5 hour sessions. Okay. Yeah. Thanks to one and all, please.